Okay. Shalom, everyone, and welcome to our Partnership Together virtual village. In the upcoming hour, we are going to learn about the Kesher program that we are doing with Atlanta and St. Louis. Part of them we are doing together. And so we are going to start, and I'm going to share with you about activities that we are doing in our partnership region. And the big thank you that we need to say is for our Israeli steering committee. We have a group of 13 volunteers from the Israeli side who come together every month, but actually with the WhatsApp, we are all day long together, raising ideas, thinking about things that we can do together. In the second picture, you can see the people from the committee, but in the picture, the higher picture, you can see a program that was initiated by the steering committee of helping the soldiers in the closest IDF base that we have here. And this is why we're working together and doing all the things together. With us today, lone soldiers that are not alone, and the program of the lone soldiers also was established by our steering committee 2 years ago, part of the Shark Tank. The steering committee proposed to help with lone soldiers that come from Atlanta and St. Louis in order to give back to the community. After 25 years of getting from St. Louis and Atlanta, this was the idea of the friends from the steering committee to make a fundraiser, and they funded and they raised 18,000 shekels. I remember last year that Danielle said that she is donating the 2 other shekels, so we remember. In November, you will give it to me.
I have been waiting for you. Perfect.
Yeah, see, I remember everything. And this is how we're going to start working with them. I'm going to share with you a short video of what we achieved during all this year with the lone soldiers.
So far, 31 soldiers have taken part in our program. We currently have 27 soldiers and 12 of them are being discharged. Between 2020 and 2021, we've given out more than 70 hand-delivered gift baskets during the holidays to our soldiers. We've also given out more than 18,700 shekels of monetary holiday gifts. 9 of 31 soldiers have taken time out of their busy schedule to take part in partnership events. Our soldiers are in contact on average every 2 weeks with our knowledgeable and caring staff members. Our steering committee, all volunteers, are ready to help at a moment's notice. Only one of 31 soldiers have left Israel after their service.
And thank you, Rebecca, our co-chair. And now I'm really excited to invite to our virtual stage 3 of our lone soldiers. We will start from St. Louis. Aharon Halfon. Shalom lecha, Aharon. How are you? It's Aaron, sorry, like Aharon. Can you unmute yourself?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Great. So if you want to share a few things about the partnership programs and the connection to our partnership region.
Okay, well, when I was in the process of making Aliyah and joining the Army, Yael actually contacted me when I was in St. Louis, before I'd even drafted to the Army, before I'd even gone to Israel, and explained the organization and how much they help soldiers, and that I was now part of the family. So right now I serve as a combat soldier in Nafal, and I just moved to a new apartment in Ramat Gan, and Yael has been helping me with that.
You are unmuted? Okay.
And has actually helped me out with furnishing the apartment and making sure that I have everything I need. So very, very grateful for that.
And we are happy to have you, and we can't wait for you to come to visit us in our partnership region. And now I want to invite Noam, that I'm sure that if you saw the video, you also know his face, and he also came to our region to speak to friends who came from Atlanta during the Onward Israel program. So the stage is yours, Noam.
Yep. Hey, everybody. My name is Noam Garfinkel. I'm 26 years old, originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I moved to Israel about 7.5 years ago now. Drafted 2 years and 3 months ago to the Air Force. I work in fixing aircraft, helicopters, drones, airplanes, any parts that are not made of metal come to my unit and we check them out. We fix them, make sure that they're ready to go back on the aircraft so they can fly properly, and everybody who flies them can be safe. And it's quite a great job to have. It feels great doing it. But the partnership for me has really helped me out in a lot of ways. Just knowing that they're there. I'll make sure to call me probably once every 2-3 weeks and just check up on me and find out how I'm doing. It's just great to know that, even if my parents can't be here, there's still other people that, are in the same time zone and they're caring about me and stuff. When it comes to the Chagim, they always make sure that, we get some sort of something it feels like there's a Chag. One time we got a little cake. Sometimes we get gift cards even for 10 bis to help us, feed ourselves even. And there was actually even a time where I was trying to get permission to fly home. And I was having some trouble with the army and everything. And El says, wait, we might have somebody we might have a connection, somebody here, wait, give me a couple minutes. She calls back. She says, oh, somebody's going to get in touch with you. They'll help you. They'll buy the ticket, everything. And she hooked it up and it worked out. They bought me the ticket and I was able to fly home and see my family, and just very appreciative for that. And just everything that you guys do for us. It's really, really amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, so before we're going to the third, that we have like a special story with the third soldier, I want to say thank you to Yael. Yael, open your, say shalom. She's all the time behind the scenes, so yeah, let's make some noise to Yael. By the way, her parents also opened a home for lone soldiers in Bet Shemesh. And this is like, it's in her blood, like walking. I see her entering to the office and say, okay, do you need a kumkum? I can take you a kumkum, don't worry. 5 minutes and someone will call you. So this is another thing that our partnership office does. So thank you so much, Noam. And now, Saya. Saya, are you with us?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm Josiah. I'm also from St. Louis, and I recently was released in December. I served in Shirion, which is the Armored Corps. I was a tank driver, and I just came back in February now. So I'm just like trying to figure out like what the next step is, and like getting a job and everything. And Yael actually got me in contact with Yulia, also from Megiddo and Yokanam. So she was able to like do a Zoom call with me and like talk to me about like all my rights and everything that I'm entitled to after the army, which I wasn't able to do like at the end of my service. So that really helped a lot. And now I feel like I have a lot better understanding with all the things that I can do now. And just overall, like I really appreciate the partnership. Like, I mean, you guys have been amazing. Between like getting the gifts for like holidays, also like the money, like on 10 beasts and stuff, that's been really nice. I also moved last year. That was about a year ago now. And I got to the apartment. We didn't really have any furniture or anything. And I heard this is like kind of like a story. I don't know. But I asked like help to like have some of the furniture like that I found moved. And they're like, oh, you don't want this. Like, it's not that good quality. Like, don't worry about it. We got you. We'll take care of you. And they got me like completely brand new furniture and everything, which was amazing. And it looks great in the apartment. I'm very happy for that. Also, I really appreciate like the calls that we get, that you guys call and check in to make sure everything's okay with us. If there's anything that you guys can further do to help us. We've also had like dinner meetups, like with groups from like St. Louis or Atlanta. And it's just like really cool because we get to go, and first of all, the food's always amazing. But also it's really cool to meet with people from St. Louis and Atlanta. I've seen a few people from St. Louis that I've known that came on some of the trips. So that was cool, but also like getting to explain to them like what we're doing here, like what it's like to be a lone soldier, and just like connect with them and share like our stories. It's just like a really cool opportunity and unique experience to have. So just overall, like, I really appreciate, like, again, all that you guys do, and it's just really nice to know that we have someone like that has our backs. So thank you again.
Definitely. We are here for you. And I don't know if Josiah knows, I think I mentioned to him, we have something that is called Josiah Operation. He was the first
Yeah, that's
one
kind of what I
who
was
used
talking about.
furniture. And ever since some soldier needed furniture, we say Josiah Operation 2, Josiah Operation 3, and we're like starting to take care of it. So thank you, Josiah, for the operations that you developed. Okay, so this part, as Karen wrote, the neshama of the office, this is something that brings so much energy to our life and to our everyday work here in the partnership. But another neshama that she is here with us, her name is Zoe Glickman. Zoe, say shalom. Zoe, she's on mute. Zoe made history in so many different levels. So she is the first Shinshinit ever who came from the States to Israel. She's the first one actually who lives in a communa with other Israelis. She's the first one who brought our partnership, Atlanta, St. Louis, Yokneam, and Megiddo, to Ynet. And 3 weeks from now, we're going also to be in Jerusalem Post, only because of the story of that we opened the Shinshin Mayel. And she is the first one that because of her, the partnership director needs to talk to other partnership all the time and to answer questions about the Shinshin Mayel program. And I'm so proud and happy. And before you're going to hear our amazing Zoe, I want to share with you a very special moment in our partnership history that we were invited to the president's home in Hanukkah to light the menorah. And Zoe was honored to light the menorah. And after that was a short interview with the president and with Zoe. So, 1 second. Here.
Hi, my name is Zoe Glickman. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm doing Shnat Shirut. So, like, I'm a Shinshinit.
So you're an Israeli Shinshinit there or an American Shinshinit here?
No, it's a pilot. So I'm the first one.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm an American. My grandmother was Israeli, but my mom is South African and my dad's like a New York Jew. So, like, my mom's a South African Jew.
So so the Israeli Shinshin program is adopting something we dreamt of many years.
Yeah,
So
it's a reverse Shinshinim, and we're doing the pilots with partnership together.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And where are you doing your Shnat Shirut?
Yes, so I'm in Yokneam, in the north near Haifa. I live in a communa with 5 Israelis. I'm the only American. It's with Ota Noah. So I'm working with youth.
Which Noah is it? Which movement?
Ota Noah.
Duke of Edinburgh.
אני לא מדברת
The
עברית
Duke of
ממש
Edinburgh.
אז.
Duke
Duke of Edinburgh.
כן.
So it's the Duke of Edinburgh has a Shinshin program in Israel?
It's all over the world, actually.
Ah, great.
Yeah, it's really cool. So we work with youth.
The name of it in Israel is?
Otanoa.
Ota
Ota
Noah.
Noah.
Now I get it.
Wait, I have a hard time with R's. The resh in Hebrew,
it's
so
fine.
please don't make me say it again.
So now you work and you part of the communa is to sell services of social services to the community?
Yeah, I'm volunteering like in a school. It's like you're a mentor. You know, you help the
Correct.
kids, and like I speak English, obviously, and the kids want to speak English, but it's a lot of it's just like being there for the kids, like for the youth, for the high
Yeah,
schoolers.
that's what Shinshinim do.
Yeah, it's so
Also from
cool.
the Jewish Agency.
Yeah.
But you should know Yokneam is a wonderful city.
Oh
Wonderful.
my God,
town.
the people are the
Yeah,
wonderful
it's one of
part
the,
of it. Yeah.
the most Israeli towns, I say.
Simon, the mayor, sent his regards
We know
through me.
You know, so
Of course.
how does Simon know that you're getting here?
We met with him last week, so
He's a legendary mayor.
he's a pretty cool guy. So yeah, we're working in the community. Like, I mean, listen, I'm on the Nefesh B'Nefesh page like every
So
day.
how long are you here for?
Just 5 months. I've been here for 2 months so
And
far.
are you happy?
Oh yeah, like I'm trying to figure out how I can stay longer at this point. I'm like looking every day if I can make Aliyah. Like,
Good.
so I'm happy is like the least thing I could say.
I like the range of ages here, you know?
Yeah.
Really, it's almost a decade ages or more. Terrific, Shelley.
So, firstly, I think we should give a round of applause to all
Yeah.
our participants.
And we also need to give a round of applause to all the things that we succeeded to do with Zoe here in our partnership prison. Zoe, You are the celeb here. The stage is yours.
Hi, why it's hard for me to watch that video of me talking, like watch myself talking, but my name is Zoe. I introduced myself in the video. I'm 18 years old, and actually, spoiler alert, I got to stay longer than 5 months. I actually extended my stay, which I'm so happy to say I'm nearing the end of it, but I've been here, I think, about 7 months in Yokneam, and I'm serving as a Shinshini. Like I said, like in the video, I'm working with like youth. So I work in a high school in the mornings, and I do like paltani,
She doesn't know the word in English. She doesn't know the word in English. Oh my God.
Like private lessons. Like I'm like, it's so hard to go between languages. I'm normally doing like a mix of like Hebrewish kind of, so most words are just kind of coming out at the same time. But I do like private lessons in the morning for English, and then in the afternoon, like evening, I work at the community center. So I run a group for English, and I have about like 7, 8 girls that come every week, and they're the sweetest. And I really feel like I'm able to have like a personal connection with them. So I'm not only like from America or something. Maybe that's what makes me a little bit interesting to them, and that's why they want to talk to me. But I get to have like personal connections with them. I have like one chanich, like a girl that comes to me like, I'm forgetting all the words in English. She's like not a student, but she's like you, and she comes to me and she talks to me, and we have private conversations, and I feel like I'm able to kind of be like a mentor towards her, which makes it all worth it, makes everything being away from home and it all worth it. And you know, Yael and Eliad, the partnership is always like been there for me, for our comuna, even though they're not like, they're Israelis. I live with Israelis in a comuna. So I've gotten to learn Hebrew, and I get to like actually live in Israel as an Israeli, which I think is really exciting. I think it's the way it's supposed to be. And I really feel like I can call myself like part Israeli. And so yeah, I'm really thankful to Yael and Eliad in the region, and everyone for just really being there to support me. It means a lot.
Wow. Zoe, thank you so much.
Sweet.
We don't even want to think about the day that we need to say bye. You are part of our community, and you're going to live for a few, let's say, months, and then you are going to return back to your home, your real home in Yokneam. So toda raba, and now we are going to the next programs that we are doing in the Kesher. And is, wait. Okay, school twinning. So the school twinning, it's something amazing how we grew. And we want to say from here to Hila, Refuah Shlema, who couldn't come. I think that we all know about issues that in Israel, the raise of the numbers of COVID. So God willing, she's here with us in her spirit, and she does an amazing job of connecting between the schools in Atlanta and in Yokneam. And you can see in the slide the numbers of the school training programs that we are having. We have the 5-day schools in Atlanta, AJA, Weber, Epstein, Davis. In Atlanta, together it's 5. One in St. Louis, Mirowitz, that Yael is taking care of. 4-day schools in the AJA, Weber, Epstein, and Davis, and one religious school, Temple. And the schools here in our region, or Tigal Alon, or Junior High, Tidhar, Hadasim, and Oranim. You can see the number of students who are influenced by the school training programs. And I think that when one student is connected, and is connected well, his parents and his siblings are also connected to Israel. We were talking about Zoe, that she's still with us, and the one who created a connection to Zoe, who brought Zoe, is Michal Ilai. Michal Ilai, that I can say, a good friend, and one of the people that actually, since she came from the seminar, the educator seminar, we can see the influence of her connections, that she's creating connections between Yokneam, the Weber School, and the high school here in our region. So Michal, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Shalom, shalom uvracha. I actually first want to say thank you to the Lone Soldiers and to Zoe. As an Israeli living here, my heart is full. I am filled with ga'ava, filled with pride and love, and there's no words, really. Kol hakavod to all of you. So my name is Michal, and I am hailing from the Weber School in Atlanta. This is a pluralistic high school. And as Eliad said, I wear the hat of the Israel Programs Director here. And after the mission, which was now 2 years ago, believe it or not, it seems like it was, last week,
Right.
connections were made on the ground with real people, with amazing educators in Megiddo and Yokneam. And I want to share a little bit of the things we do. So the mission gave us, Atlanta educators, an opportunity to see what's being done on the ground in the region. We went to schools, we met with teachers, we had the opportunity to think of collaborations, all for the benefit of our students here, as well as the students in Israel. So the aim of any of those that Eliad showed us a minute ago is really to bring a flavor of Israel to our classrooms in the best of ways, through Israelis. One of the things we have done is, because those connections were made in real time on the ground when we were there, we have now created a community of educators that collaborate all the time. So it doesn't even go through the Sukhnut. We simply send each other a text message or a phone call, and we say, hey, Danny, Pesach is coming. What do you have for me? And we bring our students together on Zoom. They're given tasks together. They work with each other. We create partnerships like chevrutas, learning couples, where there's an assignment. They submit it to both Israel and here. And can I tell you, it is incredible to see what is being done. The connections are in the classroom, but a lot of them spill out of the classroom. Kids talk to each other, call each other, and I'm going to read to you some quotes and share with you some information I've gathered from my own students who, again, are high schoolers, some of whom are 18, and the way they speak about their new family member, new friend, is just heartwarming. So I just want to share with you that, and I took notes about all of this, so forgive me for looking at the notes. There's so much to say. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. My love story with Megiddo and Yokneam started many years ago as a committee volunteer on the Kesher committee many, many years ago, when Kefiata was a thing, and I was supposed to interview various schools in Atlanta, identify teens that are, the type of leadership teens that are interested in Israel. And then we offered to send them to the region, to Yokneam at the time, and work at a camp during the summer. Since then, I had the pleasure of being recruited again by Eliad and the team here to help find a Shinshinit for the Shinshinim IL program. And I have to tell you, Zoe, I add you to my list of, I did it. So the minute I met you, I remember calling Eliad and Karen and saying, I found you the right Shinshinit. And obviously you have been incredible. So again, a lot of cheers for you. So as I said, my first hat here today is to really tell you how important the educator's mission is. It brings us to the region to meet with our fellow educators there, to see what the needs are, and to identify where each one of us can help. And the idea that, it used to be, I remember when we sent missions in the 80s and the 90s, we used to say, go to Israel and see how you can help Israel. Well, guys, the narrative has changed. Israel can help us. Go to Israel and see what education is like in Israel. You will be blown away. And Eliad, we're already thinking about who we're going to send you next on the educator's mission, God willing, soon. So that's one hat. Back to the other hat, which is really connecting our students here in the classrooms. I work closely with Dadi Ben Ishai. We're working with all the educators in, for me, it's Old Yokneam, which is soon changing its name to Old Paris, we understand, and we will be there virtually to see the ceremony. We talk about maximizing our connections in the future. And what does that mean? We need to have more collaboration. It shouldn't only be in my classes, it should be in every classroom. Math students can collaborate. Engineering students can collaborate. We have an amazing lab that does everything technology. We should collaborate because I know at Yokneam, that's a huge thing. So let's get out of what we're doing and grow it into the other avenues that are optional. There's a lot to do. I want to read to you some of the incredible things that have been going on. So obviously we use Zoom platform to create these meaningful connections. And it's an added value because our students now, without a huge investment and without any care to time difference, get to see kids in Israel almost at every lesson. And that is huge. I want you to know that connections are made and real bonds are created. And here's proof. So I asked my students right before getting here, I said, tell me quickly, what do you think about the partnership? So one girl said, although I've been in Israel many times, I did not know much about the town of Yokneam and certainly not about Megiddo before we started meeting the students. This year, I've met students and had discussions with them about being Jewish, about having a connection to Jews living in the diaspora. It is very cool to learn that we have lots of similarities. Bingo. Then another student says to me, Amorai Lai, I want you to tell everybody, I promised my new friend Ido that I will come to visit him next time I'm in Israel this summer for the Maccabiah. He has a little chihuahua just like mine, and we're thinking about a way to introduce the dogs too. And one more thing, at the beginning of the meetings with Yokneam, I didn't know if I was going to open up. I assumed it would be very different and we would only talk about the differences. Now, every time we meet, I discover how much alike we are. It is crazy to think we only know each other for 4 months. So, ladies and gentlemen, you must believe in the wonderful thing that this partnership has brought, and may we only grow everything we do to more schools, more classrooms, and more individuals. Thank you, guys.
Man, thank you, Michal Ilai, for everything, for the small advices during the way. You're an amazing person, and we are lucky to have you. So Michal works with high schools, and also the school twinning works with variety of ages. And now I want to invite Sarah from Hadassim School in Yokneam. And wow, if you will just meet Sarah and be with her in a class, you'll hear about the creativity and how things that she does with the students. And when missions come, we know we have Sarah to create activities with the missions that come. So Sarah, the stage is yours.
Well, thank you, Eliad. First of all, I want to say that I'm very, very emotional about the project that you have, that you show us. I didn't know about the soldiers. And I have a son that is a soldier, and it's so important thing that you do. So thank you for that. I'm a teacher. I'm an art teacher in Hadassim. I think that now it's the 4th year that I have a relationship between us and AJA in Atlanta. I have to apologize. My English is not that good, so I wrote things down so I won't forget anything. Okay, so I want to start in a verse of the Mishnah. There is a verse in the Mishnah that said that just as their faiths are different, so are their opinions. Masechet Brachot. This means no matter where you live and what country you come from, you are different in appearance and opinion, but we are all human beings, Jews, and a big and one family. Our last project dealt with this topic. Each class painted on a half of the face of a mask and sent the mask to the second class in the other school. The second class completed the mask and created a whole perfect face. The process explains the student the meaning of being a Jew. It does not matter where you live and what country you come from. We all create together the Jewish people. Throughout the period of the partnership between us and Atlanta, we sharpened for the student the similarities between us and our partners, and we emphasize our connection in values, dreams, religion, and history. Throughout the year, we mark special holidays and special days and learn about the equal and the difference between us. The connection between the student opens their eyes and expands their understanding that the Jewish people are one, brothers, one family. I want to thank you, first of all, for the great privilege to being part of such a connection that is so important to the future of the Jewish people everywhere in the world. Since I don't have much time, I will not detail all the projects we have done, but there is one project that really left a strong impression on the student. We have a lot of students in my school that their country is their origin country is Ethiopia. We have prepared a video for the student in Atlanta in which we show them the celebration of the Sig holiday. The Sig holiday is a holiday that the Jews in Ethiopia celebrated as a holiday of waiting to make Aliyah to Israel, waiting to make Aliyah to Jerusalem. The Sig holiday has officially became a national holiday in Israel, and it's celebrated in all schools throughout the country. Just at that time, the students in America were celebrating Thanksgiving, a national holiday in the United States. It was fascinating to get to know more holidays and to get to know other cultures and other customs. Finally, I would like to add that the partnership program connects students and expanding their horizon. The program is very important to the connection that are created between Jewish students in Israel and Jewish students all over the world.
Sarah, wow, תודה רבה. Thank you so much. What a great words and a great way to enter today the energy of Passover, of connecting between all of us as one nation. So תודה רבה. And now, Craig is here, right? Yes, I see Craig. So something that I'm sure that he's going to remember, I asked him to say a few words when we celebrated the 25 years of the partnership. And I gave a speech about how we tripled the numbers of visitors. And I told him before he asked me what he should say. And what I told you, to talk about how we tripled the numbers of visitors in the partnership region. And I remember it still today, Craig, so sorry for that. But the fact is that we really tripled the number of people who arrived to our region. And then, 2020, what happened? COVID. So I created a beautiful slide, a sad slide, actually, that shares about the situation when COVID came. And this is the mission that we all the time want, that people will come to our region and will visit us, and to create a face-to-face connect, the personal relationships that we're all talking about while creating partnerships. But this is the sad picture that we have now. You can see from 2015 how the number raises, mainly because of the steering committee, the Israelis who created a menu of things that people can do in our partnership region, who understood there is a real home that can host them when they're here. But 2020, we saw this sad picture of people who couldn't come to the region. However, and this is a big however, look at this slide. The amount of people who are engaged in our partnership, once we opened the virtual partnership village, it's something that we didn't think that is going to be so successful in terms of people who comes to our Facebook page, to our Facebook group, who participates in programs that we did together, and that we have over 1,200 participations in our partnership virtual village. And it's something that makes us very, very happy. You can see here examples of programs that we did. I think most of you participated and took part if by engaging the people to come. Michal is here. She brought her classes to participate when we did the raising glass for Rosh Hashanah. And by the way, Wednesday, April 13th, we're going also to raise a toast for Passover, so another way to promote it. So this is our partnership village, and we are very proud of it because it brings so many people and so many ideas and so many volunteers who lead the program in this partnership village. Another amazing thing that we did, and that was an idea that was raised by the committee who came to visit us in 2018, is the resource development course that is connected to talking about Israel philanthropy. And I want to welcome Keren to say a few words about the process that we did from the visit in February 2018 till what we have now with the Shark Tank and the research development course.
Yes, I think it was really amazing process. So like you said, in 2018, the committee visited in Israel, and the committee members started to ask questions about local fundraising, local resource development, etc. It was while we were visiting the amazing high-tech park in Yokneam. And this is how we came up with the idea to teach the Israeli about fundraising, to give them the skills, the tools. In Israel, it's not as developed as here, but we are getting there. And we started with a course. And then we came up with a very nice event, Shark Tank, not the real TV show. And
Close
the
to the
Lone Soldier,
show.
very close. And the Lone Soldier is one example, amazing example as a result of the course, but there are many more examples. In February this year, I visited in Israel. I was a speaker in the course. I was amazed by the people, with the energy, with their willingness to local, and actually the success to fundraise locally. I think the course itself is even more important than the Shark Tank. They get some money just to initiate the project, yes, but the course itself, the tools that they get, and you need to hear the people and what they say after the course, it's just amazing.
Right, so thank you. And I think that in the last Shark Tank, it was also another ability, another way for the committee, for the sharks, to learn about our region. Most of the program shared about the situation, the new situation that is in the region because of COVID, and we can really understand that it's another way to learn and to create a connection to our partnership. So now we ended the partnership presentation, 45 minutes, we have 42 minutes, and this is time for questions, for insights, ideas for the futures, and more things that you want to see in our Kesher, more voices that you want to hear from the things that we're doing in our partnership. One by one. Yes, Nancy, thank you.
Thank you. So, and Karen, I briefly asked you this the other day. Our local Lone Soldier initiative, should it, I understand from Karen that it's not connected to the larger Lone Soldier program, but should there be some sort of overlap? Are there a lot of individual local Lone Soldier programs, and do they collaborate or coordinate in any way?
Just to make sure, Nancy is referring to Friends of IDF. It's not exactly that we are not, it's not connected, but our initiative focuses on partnership region. And Eliad, maybe you can expand on that, or Yael.
Yael. I think that.
Hi. So we are in touch with a lot of bigger groups, such as Nefesh B'Nefesh, Michael Levine Lone Soldier Home. A lot of them keep their info and their data to themselves. But if I send them an email asking if there are any more Atlanta soldiers or St. Louis soldiers, they will send out an email in our name, but they won't give us any info. So a lot of it's from word to mouth. We do try to get information from other places. FIDF did help us out. We did have a connection there, as Noam said when he was speaking earlier. He came and met someone on a program here, on an Onward program, and then he remembered, it wasn't me, he was being too nice in his conversation. He remembered when he was on the Onward program that there was someone there connected to FIDF, so he asked me to help him out, and that's how we connected. But we are in touch with all the organizations, as much as anyone can give us info. But at the end of the day, it's really word to mouth, and this soldier is living with someone and his sister and his brother and his friend. That's really how it goes. But yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And this is actually the main challenge, that we want to engage and recruit more lone soldiers. And the other thing that leads us for this year program with the lone soldiers, we decided, as you saw Josiah, he finished the IDF service. Now it's the bigger challenge, because during the time that they are in the IDF, they have their commanders and they have the FIDF or other programs. Once they are done, they are welcome to the new world, that you don't have a job, that you don't know where to study. And this is where the partnership program wants to help. And this is the second lone soldier program to help them after they're finishing their IDF service.
Just also to make sure you understand, Friends of IDF, they help lone soldiers, but not only soldiers that come from abroad, also soldiers that don't have a family, don't have a house, just for you to understand the difference. And not necessarily they have, like our lone soldiers, they have the whole community to support them, Yokneam and Megiddo. This is really, really different.
So the steering committee has been such an unbelievably huge success, obviously. I mean, that has been a grand slam home run. In the future, I wonder if we might be able to look at creating another committee or of teens in both regions, or of alumni, of kids that have just kind of graduated from some of the programs that we're doing. You know, kids from different backgrounds and different situations, to get them together on, you know, even if they can't get together in person once a month, but via Zoom calls, and let them talk about some of the challenges that they're seeing and come up with some solutions or recommended solutions or different things that they might do. I feel like we can continue to build on the success of the steering committee by engaging, you know, other, you know, demographics of the population in both regions, you know, to get together and talk. And, you know, it might build friendships. It might do a lot of different things across, you know, across the region.
I think it's a great idea. Really, I didn't think about it. And I think that we are in the idea of bringing new and young adults to the steering committee. So we have now the first one, Carmel, amazing person. Wow, like I like to talk about him. It's an incredible person. But to do a program like this, I think, wow, it's like the new generation of the partnership, because they will really think about it. And there are people, when I'm thinking about it, to people who graduated from school twinning or from the Maccabi Games, or even Shinshinim.
Yep.
Opa.
Yeah.
Two more comments. So we have, it's not the same, but we have a group of teens from Yokneam and another group from here, from Atlanta, through Jump Spark, that they meet on a regular basis via Zoom, do all kind of very cool projects. You can see it on social media. And this year, for the first time, two teenagers that initiated, not two, but two representatives of the project of a coffee car, participated in the Shark Tank and the course. So this is another way to, to help teens to be engaged with what we do. And hopefully they will bring more teens in the future.
Yeah, but I really think it's something that we need to talk about and to raise in the steering committee, because time flies. Like they're going to be like 4 years from now, part of them will be after the IDF service, and they will be able to give or to think what they're going to do in their next stage. And we want to make sure that the partnership will be part of their identity.
And look, we do so many different programs, that address teens in both regions, and there are leaders and superstars in each of those programs. If we could pull some, from each of those programs to get together and talk about their unique challenges, and they don't know each other, they don't know what's going on in other people's worlds. It might be I don't know, it just might be something to continue to think about.
We'll think about it. Thank you.
Eliad, to add, this is Michal, just a quick note to add to that idea. See a formal committee of educators that meets at least 3 times a year. We don't need to overwhelm anyone. I know some people feel like, oh, it's my free time, I don't want to, the whole bit, but 3-4 times during the year to meet and discuss how we merge calendars based on the Jewish calendar, of course, with highlights of programs, and then we plan it together. And I think it's so important. So I'm leaving this here. I would love to see this initiative, and I would love to be a part of it.
Maybe we can establish a Kesher committee in Atlanta, and someone can participate, Michal.
Absolutely. With pleasure.
I know. Great. More comments, questions? If not, we want to thank you for participating, for surviving the almost 2 hours of being together. It's always a pleasure, and we hope to see you really in November soon. Hope things will be much clearer in Israel. Now we open the news and about like the raise of the numbers in Israel, but so we will welcome you anyway with a mask and with a vaccine, and hope to see you soon. Thank you, Rabbi Scott.
תודה אליעד, תודה רבה אליעד.
Wonderful program, thank you.
תודה.
Pleasure
חג
traveling
שמח.
with
Thank
everybody.
you, everybody.
חג שמח.
ביי.
ליעד, תודה, ריגשת, תודה שהשתתפתי, למדתי פה המון.